Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Quasar, and welcome back to another unofficial H3 waiting room. We've got a few things to talk about today, but we're going to try and keep it a little bit light. Start it a little bit heavier, but then we're going to end off with the lighter stuff because we have some story times, some more videos that we haven't seen, we haven't looked back on yet, of old crew stories. So, we're going to look at those, tell our own stories, and have some fun. But first, as always, we have some stuff to get through. I want to talk about a few little updates on the Charlie Kirk stuff, just because some information has come out about it. They have a suspect in custody. The name they have is Tyler Robinson. These were the images they were using. I saw this one photo on Twitter. I was like, this is the way you're going to be able to tell. Like, it does look like the same guy. Like, I feel like his build and everything gives me more of gives me more of the tell than just the fact that they're both wearing Converse. Especially because these look like a more beat pair of Converse than these do. But who knows? This is an old photo. These are that beat pair of Converse just after being used. But this is who they're thinking it is now. They do have him arrested. This man, 22, from Utah. Crazy stuff still. They found, they recovered the weapon and the shell casings. There were some that were used, some that weren't used. This was crazy because it makes me think of the recent shooting that happened at not even the recent one that happened after the Charlie Kirk shooting. There was the one that happened at the Catholic school. The casings in that, the casings and all the weapons and everything in that instance also had a bunch of different things written on them, and this is what it was.
I know there's been speculation as well as to
I was absolutely stun locked on Wednesday. How could I not be? This stuff is crazy. I mean, I made a whole video talking about Charlie Kirk, like my views on his opinions, the ways that I think that he's wrong, and all of this stuff. I would never have ever wished that upon him, because maybe when I was a fucking edgy 16-year-old, maybe I would have said some shit. But legitimately, to do that just based on somebody's beliefs, regardless of what they are, we should be able to outwit them at the end of the day. When opinions are so bad and wrong, they're easily deconstructed. The issue is people that aren't willing to take the time to deconstruct them and then think that it's easier to do stuff like this. But yeah.
Writing on those.
I was going to bring up another part, but we have to wait till after. We'll watch this video first, and then I'll show you something.
Those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well. And I'll share that with you now. So the area north of Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over, you saw some of that in the video that we released last night, consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this?" ?
I thought that was absolutely insane when I heard it. Just one more time. So
investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read.
So this is presumably the casing that was, there was the bullet that was fired that killed Charlie Kirk.
Read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this?" ?
Notices bulge, ooh, what's this?
Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" ! Catch! ! Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow," and a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
He actually got him to read it. I have to say, that's a little crazier than the killing. He really got this public official to read that. I mean, he had to, right? Couldn't leave one of them out.
Bella Chow, Chow Chow, and a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO."
I guess for anybody that doesn't know, a bullet comes like this. There's a casing and there's the bullet. The casing is what has the gunpowder in, so when it smacks it, when the hammer smacks it, it ignites and fires the actual bullet out of the casing, which then gets dislodged, shot out. I don't know what the term is, but it gets removed then in a separate area. That's why when you see really fast, high velocity rounds getting shot, and you see all the different metal flying all over the place, those are the casings as the bullets are firing out of the gun. For people that didn't know. I saw a clip of Sneeko praising Ethan for his take on Kirk's death. Never thought I would ever hear that, hear that ever. The whole thing is we should be able to come to some kind of agreement on stuff like this. These are the topics where it should show our humanity, you know what I mean? And the fact that some people aren't showing humanity in it, it is disgusting, truly. But I will say that the whataboutisms do bother me, but it is true that it does happen on both sides. But I will say that it is a vocal minority rather than it being a majority of people. We do just hear them screaming a lot.
We are indebted to law enforcement across the state who's worked seamlessly together, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and our federal partners with the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yeah, if I had to read, "If you read this, you're gay, LMAO," and I had to in front of a public audience, I'd at least crack a smile. I'm surprised. I mean, he understands the gravity of the situation, so, big ups to him.
We're grateful for every...
It was just surprising to see it from Sneeko. See, I think in certain instances, Sneeko likes to try and virtue signal on the most basic points because it's they're easy wins for him.
Everyone who worked together in such a short amount of time to find this person.
Well, I think that's basically, they think they found him now. Apparently his father held him until police arrived or something along those lines. I'm having problems with Reddit. Is anybody else having problems with Reddit on the desktop version? Let me know. But I saw this. I was still able to pull this up. We got it. But this was somebody's post on TikTok. They posted it on the Reddit. But some TikTok person posted, "How motherfuckers who cry about Kirk think we gonna..." I hated this. "Think we gonna too defeat fascism." You could just put "gonna." "Think we gonna defeat fascism." How motherfuckers who cry about Kirk think we gonna to defeat fascism? Just put going to, if that's what you want to put. But really stupid. And then someone commented, unfortunately, people don't realize violence is the answer. When has a country ever made a change due to peaceful means? Fascism is only defeated by removing the fascists. And then I wanted to show my reply to a comment, because this person said, truth hurts, but this is the reality. Hitler wasn't dethroned by being nice and kind. Mussolini wasn't taken out of power by peaceful protests. Evil people don't just step down. And I replied with, Hitler and Mussolini weren't dethroned by kindness, but they also literally rose to power after World War I, which had been brewing. The countries did have some issues, but it was kicked off by the assassination of Franz Ferdinand, which is much more akin, although still very loosely, because it's it's still a loose comparison, but it is an actual assassination, unlike Mussolini and Hitler. But it's loosely related to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Political violence doesn't stop tyrannical forces, it usually inflames them. And neither Mussolini or Hitler were assassinated. Hitler was invaded militarily, and Mussolini was arrested by the Italian king after being voted out by the Grand Council of Fascism, and then rescued by German forces, and then intercepted by members of the Italian resistance, who then executed him. So it really is just a dumb point, because literally, yes, the assassination of Franz Ferdinand destabilized Europe. And that destabilization is what caused the rise of Hitler and Mussolini. How can you use that as your example? It's just it's so dumb. These people it's not even dumb. It's just these people are being ahistorical, and it bugs me on some level. Because I'm legitimately just if you're going to at least make an argument, at least make one based on facts. Don't just pontificate on random statements that you heard or that you got from a meme you saw on Instagram. Portugal Carnation Revolution. Portugal Carnation Revolution. I don't see many people talking about what's happening in Nepal right now. They're doing their shit. I saw some dude get flogged. It was kind of crazy. A military coup in Portugal by officers that overthrew the Estado Novo regime on 25th of April 1974. The coup produced major social, economic, territorial, demographic, and political changes in the European country and its overseas colonies through the ongoing revolutionary process. It resulted in the Portuguese transition to democracy and the end of the Portuguese colonial war. I'll have to look into this because I haven't looked into too much of Portugal's history. Portugal. Very interesting. I think only 4 people died by the secret police. And that's what I mean though, is that it's just they make such broad statements when there are so many different instances of different things happening throughout history. They love to make comparisons to the most well-known and topical wars and battles and events like World War II, but they don't know anything about World War II, let alone all of the different history of the different countries involved. You know what I mean? So it really is just ignorance in its truest form. But I thought that was kind of just I think this is kind of where it stems from, is this idea that, and I mean it's obvious, right? That the idea that they think that somehow, and I saw this perfectly. It's assassinations kill the person, not the idea. And it's if anything, it'll make people believe in that idea more, because they're seeing people it almost it turns the counterculture people on too, because it's oh, this person was assassinated for their views. What were they saying? So yeah, it's just it's weak. 6 deaths and 45 injuries. It's on the bottom of the right panel. Oh, true. Yeah, I was just looking at the main thing briefly. Very interesting. I need to look more into Portugal because I do find that very interesting, especially like the differences in the splits between like Spain and Portugal and the expansion from both. I think it's kind of an interesting idea. Nepal said no more to the Nepo babies. Real. That is what they kind of said. My cat's running around. Oh, there he goes. But yeah, we're gonna move off that now. I probably am going to try and start talking more politics stuff here and there. I'm trying to become more Noed. You know what I mean? I don't want to say stuff just spewing out of my out of my ass. But you know what I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are all domestic terrorists.
But for anyone that didn't know, Ethan actually created, or I guess he didn't create. Well, he made a new TikTok, but it's like a new TikTok video. The TikTok is still his original TikTok, Ethan Klein H3. If that made sense. But yeah, he made a new video. Hey everybody. My first post of a mini to come. Thank you for watching.
Hey everybody, Ethan Klein here. Most of you on TikTok have probably seen videos about how I'm a Zionist, I'm a Jewish supremacist, I'm Islamophobic, that I support Israel's actions in Gaza, and many more claims. I want you to know that these claims are not true, and over the next couple of months, I plan to prove that to you guys. My goal is to address them one at a time, so if you think I'm trying to dodge or avoid any specific claims about me, just know that it's coming, and bear with me because there's only so much I can cram into one video, and I want to keep it focused. So an old 15-year-old dormant Reddit account was recently discovered, and people went through everything there, all my posts, all my comments, to find anything offensive or embarrassing that I had written there. And there's a lot of things I want to address about this account, but I'm going to start with just this one meme here. Here you can see a meme that shows Europeans walking upright and going through normal evolution.
I have to say, this was the one that I took mild umbrage with, because I was like, okay, this is easily mistaken depending on what aspect you, on what view you're looking at this from. Because one could say that you believe that the Europeans are more advanced, and thus the Europeans within this are the advanced ones. But it does more so line up with Ethan's past statements about Hasidic Jews and Orthodox people within Israel. So, but let's let the man say it himself. Take it away.
And then in Israel, it shows the apes, the monkeys, and the humans walking together as one.
Those are not apes. Those are the different steps along the evolutionary chain. We have Homo sapien at the end, but these are like Homo erectus, and the only one I remember is Homo erectus because the name is so funny. Homo erectus. How could I not remember it? But yeah, they're not monkeys.
And people concluded that this was a racist meme about Palestinians. I left one comment on this that just said, "This is accurate." People understandably jumped to the conclusion that it was a racist meme. And frankly, I understand why, right? I mean, without the context and just as it is, it does look very racist and very bad. But I can tell you with evidence that that is simply not true. The meme was never meant to talk about Arabs or Palestinians or anything racist at all. In comments made before and after the meme was posted, me and the OP were talking about Israelis. specifically the Haredi, which are the ultra-Orthodox sect of Judaism, who we agreed are ruining the country. And the OP also mentions Israel Katz, an Israeli politician that was lobbying at the time to expand West Bank settlements, which is something that I've always stood against. Palestinians or Arabs are not brought up one time in the...
Thank you. Yeah. The first one is an ape, but they're all part of like the great ape family. They're not monkeys. Thanks, sorry. I had to correct myself too, damn. Science, am I right? So interesting.
Thread or in this conversation at all. Upon examination, it's very clear that we're not talking about Palestinians or Arabs, but about Israeli society. And if you comb through the entire post history of this very old account, which many have done, you won't find language that is anti-Arab in any of it. In fact, quite the opposite. Here's a comment from 14 years ago from this account that says,
I'll never get over pedo troll. It is the perfect ammunition that you start seeing on all the snark now, because now they all just call him Ethan Pedo Troll Klein. Hey, bro, he's trolling the pedophiles. What's wrong with that, bro? Try and take it back, bro. You don't even understand. He's trolling like as if perusing. He's trolling.
I don't agree with
pedophiles.
Israeli Zionism or West Bank settlements. This is from 14 years ago. I have been consistent on this, and I have zero incentive to lie, because this account, when I made this account, I was a nobody and I didn't expect anyone to ever read it. If my opinion changed at all since then, it would be that I'm more radical, because I've been horrified.
He's more radical. He said it here. He's more radical. Radical Zionist right here. He just said it.
By the ongoing Israeli campaign to ethnically cleanse all of Gaza, which I absolutely am opposed to, I'm horrified by, and I support the Palestinian people and their right to self-determination. From my Instagram on May 15th, 2021, which is well over 2 years before October 7th. I'll read it for you. The Israeli government is making me sick. Even if Hamas is operating out of civilian buildings, it doesn't justify the total destruction of that building. It's inhumane. Netanyahu is a piece of shit warmonger and needs to go. As a dual citizen, I love Israel and the Israeli people. They deserve a government that actually believes in peace and not...
What was the Reddit account name again? I don't know. Can you read? He literally showed it.
...force and violence. The ultra-right Jewish settlers are among the greatest provocateurs...
I don't know if you guys can see the comments, can you? Yeah, you can't. This comment, right, this one says, what is the Reddit account name again? He showed it.
...world. They are shameless and hateful,
like
fueled by religious zeal and enabled by the Israeli government. I wish the settling and repossession of Palestinian land would stop. I wish the bombing in Gaza would stop. Gazans deserve to live a life free of fear. For all the crimes Hamas has committed, we must always remember that they are not Palestine. The Israeli government holds all of the power, and it's on them to stop the violence. And
I just noticed Alex's comment in the reply. I love you, Ethan. And this person replied, someone should check your computer. Well, depending on who you support, the FBI might be checking your computer soon, dog. So, just so you know.
Show a true willingness for peace. And as you can see here, I'm also talking about the ultra-right conservative movement, which is what that meme was meant to be about. And even now, if you visit Hassan's Tiltify page, in which, he raised well over $1 million for Gazan aid, which was a great thing, you can see that I'm still number 8 on the top charts of biggest donations to the cause. Why would I give $6,500 to a cause I didn't care about? Besides this,
Well, see, I play the 4D chess, I can see it all in my head. The idea is you're doing it to save face. When you do these menial amounts, you could donate hundreds of thousands of dollars if you wanted to. You're a millionaire. You could give so much money away. They consider this like a menial amount that's meant for you to save face so you can keep spewing Israeli propaganda. Zionist propaganda specifically.
Called burnt.
Oh, no.
hey everybody.
Damn it.
And would stop. A true willingness for peace. And as you can see here, I'm also talking about the ultra-right conservative movement, which is what that meme was meant to be about. And even now, if you visit Hassan's Tiltify page, in which, you know, he raised well over $1 million for Gazan aid, which was a great thing, you can see that I'm still number 8 on the top charts of biggest donations to the cause. Why would I give $6,500?
Don't worry, Alex. You don't need to reply. They got ratioed. Here, I'll try and show it real quick. 125 to 3 likes. You're the OP, but it doesn't matter. Still ratioed them.
$100 to a cause I didn't care about. Besides this, I've supported other charities as well, and I've easily donated over $10,000 to help the people in Gaza. Over the years, I've repeatedly called what's happening in Gaza a genocide. I've said that West Bank settlers are valid military targets.
I'll be fair to say, Ethan was hesitant to call it a genocide purely because of the connotation with the Holocaust. But I also don't think that that's there's any issue with that, because it is not considered a legal genocide at this, like, in this current moment. I mean, look, and like I said, and we've talked about this before, that usually, like, the term genocide is used like retrospectively, looking back at the events. So at some point, looking back at this, when all of the evidence is combed through and, you know, the events have ceased, it probably will just call it a genocide. But it's also what is, like, the reason people are kicking out Sam Cedar and Bernie Sanders, because they understand that the legal distinction, which is also just stupid, because it's like, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if someone calls it a genocide or not, if they're willing to, like, say that they want it to stop. If they want it to end, why does it matter what they consider it? I don't care if you consider the Houthis a terrorist cell, as long as you, a terrorist organization, as long as you consider them bad in some regard. You know, I don't care if you consider Hamas, like, you're just like, they're the government. Hamas is the government for Gaza and Palestine. Like, okay, you don't need to call them terrorists. Can you admit that what they do is wrong? That's all I need. You guys like my little Idubbbz impression right there? Ha 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 ha! Men can't show their emotions. Men can't show their emotions unless they're anger. And men can't show sadness. What emotion was that he was showing in that moment?
Targets, which is pretty radical, I mean, by pretty much anyone's standard. And living in Israel, I can say with the distinct honor that I voted against Netanyahu 2 times. The reason I chose this specific meme to start from is because it's been showed to me as an example of, like, a line that I crossed that just was the last straw for people about how overtly racist I am. And so I wanted to come here and explain this first of the many things I would like to explain, to hopefully give you more context for what is going on here. Now, I want to acknowledge that the scope of this video is extremely narrow, and I don't expect anybody to forgive me based on this one video. But what I do want to do is rebuild the trust and show you guys piece by piece that the things being said about me are just simply not true. Anyway, I really hope, thanks for watching, at the very least. And I will continue to post. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. If you consider yourself...
And then this one was pretty quick, so I'll watch this one too. But go follow Ethan on TikTok. God damn it. Go follow Ethan on TikTok. I fucking hate TikTok so much. It's okay on mobile, but on fucking desktop, it's actually the worst. So true, Ethan. And then they put Pedo Bear here. And it's like, bro, you literally have Pedo Bear seal of approval saved to your fucking phone. You have this image. You have this image. This guy has this image saved. Well, I think that's actually George Costanza, but the user has this image saved on their phone. And they want to, like, make fun of Ethan for the name that he used, which was you're using this image to troll. You're using this image to troll Ethan about his account that use the name pedotroll to troll people. What? I'm like, he does have beautiful burgers for eyes. Like,
yourself a gun control activist,
your eyes look like beautiful hamburgers.
and you find yourself cheering on the assassination of Charlie Kirk, then you are the problem. Being a principled activist means staying true to the whole point of the cause. The point is to reduce gun violence. Everybody has a right to not be shot when they go outside, even the people who advocate for more guns, because the principle is what's important. We're protecting everybody, or we're protecting nobody. We don't get to make distinctions about who is a valid target for being shot if you actually believe in gun control and lowering gun violence. If you're gleeful in the face of what happened, not only are you a sick, demented human being, but I want you to know that I despise you, and I hope you will never watch my videos ever again.
Because genuinely, like, what is the goal? Is the idea that all the good guys with guns will kill all the bad guys with guns, and then they all lay their guns down. Do you not see how that's literally the exact same thought process of conservatives that are pro, like, that are just like pro open, open carry, no restrictions on concealed carry laws? Crazy shit. Yeah, this is a crazy angle. I don't know. I think he's driving, which honestly, you shouldn't be making TikToks while you drive.
For more guns. Because the principle...
Oh, never mind. He's actually parked outside.
Everybody has a right to not be shot when they go outside. Even the people who advocate for more guns.
So true, King. Go like this. Right now, you have the phone right here. Go like this. You got it right here right now. All you gotta do, go like this. You started to, but then immediately...
Because the principle is what's important.
Went back to it. But, yeah, good stuff. And then, I don't want to pull any of it up, because, I mean, it's been deleted by everybody, so I just want to talk about it briefly, because, I was thinking about this. It's a poor joke, but it was the first thing that came to my mind, because I always use the term just in my own personal life. I always say people are showing their ass when they finally like show their true colors. It's like, oh, you're showing your ass. So when Anisa leaked messages that she sent to Olivia, as well as other leaked messages that she got about Kate, my first thought was literally like, I knew you were on OnlyFans, but I didn't know you like showing your ass this much. I had to explain it because I knew it probably wouldn't make sense otherwise. So there we go. Just had to get that one out there. Let me know if it landed. But yes, Anisa really did decide to. She wanted to, I guess, prove AB wrong. That the stuff that she was saying was actually very kind and heartfelt to the crew members. And then proceeds to show messages she sent to Olivia where she basically is just like, again, I don't want to show them or even like kind of go into it too much, but basically just diminishing her like as a woman, saying that she doesn't care about women. Terrible stuff, especially in this time when literally she's the one who stepped away. Olivia is the one who stepped away for the moment, and you're going to come after her as opposed to Tom said he was open for it, AB's open for it, like all these, like Ethan's open for it always, but like you go for the one person that you know it's going to affect the most, and you know that it, like, because that's the thing, is she knows that just talking shit to AB isn't going to do anything, just talking shit to Ethan isn't going to do anything, talking shit to Tom isn't, they're not going to care, but this is going to make them care, because it's like putting it's like a veiled threat, of like, I have this, and you know what, I have a lot more, So, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure this is the way we want to go? Yeah, and like I don't even know if I can call it concern trolling. It's just like manipulation. It was just like an attempt at manipulation, honestly. Yeah, Anisa's just a coward who only picks on the weakest targets. She is an evil monster. It's terrible, and that's why they are dumb and malicious. I don't have much else to say. You know, they've kind of been doing a little. Did here? Let's see if old Idubbbz went on to talk about it much yesterday.
Visionary marketing trying to.
Hey, you! I don't
the
know.
world
Dude, stop.
might look like
what the
some.
fuck is happening? I actually hate this. Idubbbz. Ooh. Oh, this one was yesterday, and it says drama update.
Oh. Juan.
Let's sit here and watch him play Wordle.
Yeah. Oh,
That's what
wait,
this is
that was-
called, right? It's Wordle. Is he even
I think there's too
playing?
many people named
What's he doing?
Juan. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm finding.
10 minutes later. Did he get it? You got it. That has to be it. Oh. Stare. Or no, it's not, no S. Oh. Let's see, can we get it? Ooh, chair. You got it. Good job. Only 13 minutes. That's not bad. Good job, buddy. At least he's doing these cognitive games to try and, you know, help counteract any CTE. You know, I gotta give him a bit of credit for that. Is this all he does? This isn't what streaming is, Idubbbz. This isn't streaming. My God. Does he actually talk about anything here? I guess he doesn't. He must just speak on it.
Reminds me of Toy Machine? Yes, very sick. Instead of content nukes, is because Content Cop, it comes from this perspective of like, all right, you're doing some bad stuff. We need to tell people about some of these things.
You can see his intelligence based on him using tunas as the first word. You know what? I gotta give him credit because I didn't even think about that. That is honestly so funny. Tunas. Tunas. Any other 5-letter word would have been better. Isn't like.
You gotta have some fucking patience with the mods. The mods deal with so much fucking bullshit. You have to understand, I have been making the most, like, disagreeable content for the most disagreeable, angry audience.
Song's really fitting, listening to Loser by Beck.
Based? Chat is right! Chat is right! I'm disabled!
We're just gonna leave Idubbbz. We don't need to hear it. It's just always a bunch of hooey. Always a bunch of hooey. Wait, does Honda Civic have 1.2K watchers? Sorry, I was just doing something real quick. We are going to be watching Crazy Myths We Believed as Kids. I have one thing in mind that I'll talk about, but I want to hear what they say first. Sorry. That's to make up for the me being gone. Me being away. I'm trying to remember what some of they are. I know this one's Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ!
That's a good one. See, I have all the bottom ones labeled because I have it on my piano roll.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
Or just on the piano, I guess, of the MIDI. We haven't actually got a subscriber yet. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We do this amazing streaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and other days too. I know, it's beautiful stuff. Truly amazing.
Why do people keep saying Superman Hassan Superhero W?
So true.
When your parents be like, if you come out of bed at past 9 p.m.
Oh, yes, I did actually.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
I did add a I'm fast as fuck boy. It's just got to come up at a natural time, you know. We'll find a moment when it actually fits in super well. Someone will be running or something. It'll be great.
There's monsters in the hallway that will eat. Like your parents tell you some fucked up shit that you believe for the rest of your life. So everyone feel pretty good, like they got good ones.
I think I got a pretty decent one. Honestly, I was struggling with this. I mean, I had immediately thought of a few, but they just weren't, I don't know, like funny or that interesting. Just typical kid shit. But,
you know,
why don't you go?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I made a list. No, you go ahead and go first, Dan, if you want.
Okay, sure. Well, the one that I was reminded of this morning because I was talking with the guys about when I was in elementary school. It must have been like one of the first days of kindergarten. I remember my dad was there with me to drop me off at school. And yeah, it must have been one of the first days because the principal was there, like greeting all the new kindergartners that they came in. And my dad leaned down to me and was like,
I will add, I like it. I fuck with that. That's actually a good one to add on. Thank you for the suggestions.
okay, well, make sure, behave yourself, be good. You see the principal right there? Do you see his gun?
His gun?
You see it? It's on his hip. Do you see it? I said,
Oh my God.
He's like, well, you better behave yourself.
God. Why would you say that?
Wow.
And I thought he was totally serious, and I was like, oh wow, if you naughty at school, like if you get in trouble, the principal's gonna shoot you.
You believe that?
That is
I
wild.
did when I was 5.
Did you keep in line?
For a time. I definitely was a troublemaker in school, so I must have realized it was bullshit at some point.
There was some point where you realized.
I
Yes.
can't believe that. That's crazy.
It's really kind of nuts, right?
Yeah.
Do you see?
You didn't want to deal with your shit.
That's my dad for sure, though. He loves fucking with people like that.
I try my best with Theodore because I think back on stuff like that, and I try my best to be like straight with him about stuff. Because I don't want him to one day be like 18 years old and be like,
Look back, right?
why did I think that flushing too much toilet paper would cause people?
I remember the moment that I stopped believing in Santa Claus, actually. Because my parents, they tried to, my parents still tell me Santa Claus is real. My parents will still be like, yes, that this is Santa, it's from Santa Claus. It's because he is real. Santa Claus is real. But I remember the first time it, hit me, I was in 6th grade. Too old. But I was in 6th grade, maybe not too old. Looking back on it, 6th grade's probably around the time you should probably start considering it. But I was in class, and I'm sitting in class, and it's always other kids, right? And they're just talking about it. They didn't they weren't making fun of anybody. They weren't saying anything. They were just like, oh yeah, I remember I remember the first time that I realized Santa Claus wasn't real. Yeah, oh no, for me it was this. And they were talking about it, and I just kind of sat there and I went, oh shit. I just never considered it. I was like, oh wait, they're right. oh damn, like it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I remember I didn't say anything. I was just sitting there like, and they never asked me. They never like, like, oh, well, what about you? When did it? It was never anything like that. But I remember it so clearly because I was just sitting there like, it was literally like it hit me. It hit me all at once. And I was so confused.
In a village in China to explode.
Right.
Or any fucking, the toilet paper goes through to China and people starve to death.
I feel like parents back then maybe didn't think about kids like that. Like one day they're gonna be adults and look back at what they told us.
But
like the way we are with Theodore, I always kind of.
Oh wow, I got my ass whooped for opening Santa's presents before my parents woke up. And that's when I knew something was up. LMAO, I was like, why do you care? It's not from you. See, I would have played the long con on my kid. I would have been like, oh, why would you do that? And like kind of been mad at them a little bit. And like, not like mad, but you know what I mean? Put it on a little bit. So when they're like, why are you upset? You didn't get them for me. I'm gonna go, oh, because you're not gonna get presents next year now. Like you're gonna get coal. And then I would get them presents from me still the next year, but I would literally give them boxed coal from Santa Claus and be like, and leave a note on it that says, do not open your presents before your parents say, or something like that. You know what I mean? Will I be a good dad? I think so.
Pretty much think about him as an adult, almost like
I'm gonna do that when they're like 16 years old.
I don't make up stuff. Like I don't tell him, don't do this because the house will fall apart.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I made a whole list here.
My mom said, he's not real, right? When we were at the mall, and then proceeded to do the Christmas shopping, and I was like, yeah, LOL. Damn. See, that's why it's like, you can't lie to your kids and not expect it to come back around at some point. Like, you should have to, at least my parents are still like, no, he's real. What are you talking about? Like, he literally drops presents off every year. What are you talking about? They buy like different wrapping and have like my mom signs it in a special way. It's real, bro. Maybe you guys don't actually get presents from Santa Claus. Maybe you're not good enough. I get real presents from Santa Claus. Maybe you guys need to get your act together.
That one's really good. This one's not so much. This one's a funny light one I'll start with. I was probably 16 years old when I discovered, and don't judge me, I was in advanced.
Oh, here, let me run it back. Sorry, I'm going to read through some of these chat replies. My older sister is 5 years older than me and is such a bitch that she told me when she found out I was young. Aw, come on, you can't do that. Like, I don't think I brought it up to my sister was only a couple years younger. I think I brought it up later on because I was just like, you got to stop. I was like, you can't keep believing, you got to stop now. But when they're that much younger than you, you got to kind of just bite the bullet alone. Be sad. In my country, Santa Claus isn't the hero. It's all about the three wise men, January 6th. They bring you gifts and not Santa, but still I knew it wasn't them either. That's interesting. That's a more like Christian, like that's more Christian themed, you know what I mean? What is Santa Claus? He's a saint, Saint Nicholas? There's no point. I mean, if it is about Saint Nicholas to have Santa Claus, there would be no purpose in having it on like the birth of Jesus, even though Jesus wasn't born on Christmas. Little known fact for you, I don't know if this is true anymore. I remember when I learned this a long time ago, probably like almost like 6 or 7 years ago. Jesus is presumed to have been born sometime in like the beginning of like towards the middle, first half of the year, like towards the time of his crucifixion, in like April, May, or whatever would have been around when he was born, or March or April or something like that. But at least having the three wise men would make more sense. The good presents are from us because I would hate for my kids to tell other kids that Santa got them something really cool or expensive. So real. That also eliminates the possibility of some kid telling them that Santa isn't real because they'll just say, my parents got me this super cool thing. We feed the reindeer the night before and we still leave the jingle bells and glitter outside. I'll say this. I was a kid. I was little. I was laying in bed. And I remember I checked outside my door and nobody was there. But I swear I heard bells. I heard the sleigh bells jingle. Very faintly. For a second it sounded like it went over my house. I can't prove it. I can't. But I did hear it. That is the truth.
Oh, this one's a funny light one I'll start with.
Yeah, the Christians had to steal Yule and now we're here. They stole a lot of pagan stuff. Look into it.
Probably 16 years old when I discovered, and don't judge me, I was in advanced English classes. You know, I studied. I was a good student. I found out that whole, like a hole in the ground, and whole, like the whole thing, was different words.
Like just spelled differently?
I thought it was the same word.
When he was 16? Which way?
Spelled the same word.
Well, which one did he use? Like whole, like H-O-L-E?
Whole and whole. And I was like, they're like, no, it's spelled, they're like, whole is spelled, I was like, the whole thing is this, and I spelled it H-O-L-E.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no. I was like, what?
I find it so odd that he went up until 16 without using the word whole on any, like, school papers or anything, because they would have given it back with the correction of this is wrong, you used the wrong whole. I find that part to be the most confusing.
No, that's a hole. It's a hole. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Right, you were picked out, yeah.
Like a hole in the ground. It's the hole, it's everything in the hole.
Not gonna lie, I was probably more disappointed that the Tooth Fairy wasn't real. Yeah, that's money. That's straight cash. Got kids thinking about busting their face on the concrete just so they can get a couple bucks. My pastor was straight up about it and told us he was born around springtime and just said, yeah, he took the holiday timing from the pagans. And I respected that. Not the stealing, I'm no longer Christian. So true. I mean, at least if you can, like, be honest about it, it's like, okay. I mean, can I be mad? Like, yeah, don't steal holidays, but I mean, the whole idea would be that they are following something that is false, so you are putting something in place that is to promote good, like goodness. And so if you do believe in the theology, at least it, like, kind of makes sense. To lie, that's a sin.
I felt pretty dumb about that. I had this weird...
One thing that I've always had an issue with, and I don't think it's like dyslexic or it might be ADHD related or something, but does anyone else when they're writing, if you write with the, you write withe, W-I-T-H-E, you just add the E at the end of TH, so it's the word the at the end of with. So it's with the. I've done that so many times, and had to, like, stop, erase, start writing again, or, like, you know, backspace and retype. And it's thrown me off so many times. And I have a good type speed, but those two words, with the together, for some reason, has always been my kryptonite.
Weird thing when I was a kid, I would do this to myself. I don't know why. I would torture myself. I would go, okay, if I don't go to the bathroom and brush my teeth fast enough, there's a boogeyman in the closet and he's gonna kill me in my sleep.
What?
Okay, if I don't go to the bathroom and brush my teeth fast enough, there's a boogeyman in the closet and he's gonna kill me in my sleep.
What?
Did anyone ever do anything like that?
I feel like, yeah, that's a common one, I feel like.
Yeah.
Really?
You know what that reminds me of?
See, where did that come to you? Is it from your parents?
I don't know. I don't blame them for that one.
There was
weird.
an ad when I was really young, and it was a political ad. And I'm going to describe this as I understand it now. It was a political ad about how, you know, their opponent was throwing people to the wolves, and the wolves are at the door. And in this political ad, they were showing like stock footage of like wolves stalking through like a snowy forest or whatever. And I remember seeing it on TV when I was a kid, and I didn't understand the context that this was like a metaphor. And I fully believed that there were just packs of wolves outside that could just smash through my window at any time and like just tear me out of bed and carry me away.
Terrifying.
I found it because I remembered that, and I found the commercial years later. I'm like, yeah, it was just like some stupid.
I was muted. Sorry. Oopsie daisy. I read this before. I wouldn't leave my room after a certain time of night as a kid because I thought the rake or Slender Man was going to get me, LMFAO. When I was a kid, I always kept the door unlocked, but then would close the door, and I didn't unlock the window, but I did think about it because my concept was always to bolt. I always had the thought of bolting. I was like, if anybody comes in my door, or if somebody starts trying to come through my window, I'd go either way. If I kept the door locked, it's like a second longer that I'm having to like work and fuss my way through it. If someone comes through the door when it's unlocked, I mean, they've already gotten into my house, so hopefully there's a bit of defense there where I'll hear them coming a little bit more first. But someone at the window, it's like, I gotta go. We gotta figure it out. Sorry though. My bad. See, honestly, I don't know what it is. I never had like I never had a lot of fear, but I did have like paranoia. Like I've always been super paranoid, but it's never like been in like a fearful way. I don't know if that makes sense, because like I constantly feel like people are following me, or like things are like not in like a way of like, oh, that person's following me, right? But like there's a constant like thing in the back of my head of just like something could go wrong, kind of, and but it's never manifested in fear. And I think one of one of the best examples of this is when I was a kid. I've never been scared of clowns for any reason, but I had this dream that I was like having to run away from a killer clown that was trying to kill me, and like I had family members there that were like being like, go in this room, do this, but then he would like keep coming through and like be coming after me. And I remember though in the dream, like I remember this dream super vividly, and I remember I wasn't afraid. I was just like kind of confused and was trying to get away, and that was like the whole part of the dream. But maybe that's why I always feel like I feel like that clown, he's following me still. That's why I'm so paranoid. But I don't know. But that was like my whole thing, is even like as a kid, thinking someone would break in or thinking something would happen, it was never like a fear. It was never a fear of them coming. It was, I need to be ready if they do.
Stupid ass politicians ad.
That's the one I remember the most, though, the boogeyman thing. I'd be like, I
would pile all of my pillows over me, and when I went to bed, because I was scared of Bloody Mary. My mom taught us about La Llorona when I was a kid. She was like, you don't want to go out? La Llorona's gonna get you. And I was like, whoa, no, Mom. I'm pretty sure I realized that she was just like lying when she told me that one. I was a little kid. I still believed in Santa Claus, but when she told me about La Llorona, I was like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Some woman drowned her kids and now she's looking for more. Okay. But yeah. Kids and their wacky imaginations, am I right?
I don't do this, if I don't clean up put my clothes in the hamper real fast, it's usually when I'm going to bed though. And
I slept with an axe and baseball under my bed. LOL. Never had to use the axe. Did you use the baseball? Or did you mean baseball bat? For us, it was la lechuza.
There's a fucking murderer under my bed who's gonna come out and chop my head off when I'm sleeping. I just really cruise some weird shit.
Similar.
So I'm not alone on that, eh?
No.
That's good.
I kind of wonder if it started with Bloody Mary. A lot of
Weird.
kids are
I
scared of
never
Bloody Mary.
never had that.
What's Bloody Mary?
Once my brother lured me into the basement, yelled the devil, 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 and then ran out, leaving me there thinking the devil was about to show up. You thought he did a summoning? You thought all of a sudden the devil would like pop out of the ground and be like, "Who has summoned me? Who has called upon the darkness?" Imagine if he did and your brother just did that to you. Now that would be some shit.
Oh, that fucked me up as a kid, dude.
A movie?
No, it's like
It's a game. It's a stupid game.
Oh, well, you to say Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary
into a mirror.
Oh yeah, that shit's fucked.
Or Chucky. Latinos have been scaring their kids with Chucky for ages. My mom showed us Chucky. I was like 6 or 7 years old. My parents showed us Chucky, but it wasn't because they were trying to scare us. Literally, they just put on a Child's Play movie because we had just moved to the state we were living in, and something had happened and we needed to be in a hotel for the night. And we were at the hotel and my dad was going to get food and my mom just threw on a movie while we were going to take showers. And it was Child's Play. And I remember my sister freaked out. She was very scared. I was like, this is crazy. I think it was if I remember correctly, it was Child's Play 3. Is that the one where he's in college? Child's Play 3. Is Child's Play 3 the one where Andy's in college? Or he's in like the military school or whatever? Which one's the one where he's in the military school? That is 3. Okay. But yeah, Child's Play was a... See, one thing my dad did... There was a commercial when we were kids, when me and my sister were kids, that... I forget what the commercial was for, but it had Fat Bastard in it from Austin Powers. And you know, Fat Bastard, you know, put the baby in my belly. You know, that whole thing. My dad would say that to my sister to freak her out because she was scared every time that commercial would come on. She would like get terrified at the Fat Bastard commercial. So my dad would say that and she'd be like, ah. People just love scaring their kids. I swear.
Yeah.
You say, apparently they go, it's like a ghost spook story. And you go, if you say, turn around 3 times and say Bloody Mary, a ghost is going to appear in the mirror.
Yeah, you'll see Bloody Mary's reflection in the mirror.
One time when I got in trouble as a kid, probably 8, 9, my dad made me watch that show where it just shows really graphic and stupid ways to die. I don't know what it's called. What is it, like a... Yeah, 1,000 Ways to Die, the show. The only one I remember from this is the one where the guy held this fart and then died.
There was one time I got fucked with so hard with that. They locked me in the bathroom and turned the lights off. And I was like in 2nd grade. It was horrible.
That explains a lot.
Dude, I fucked up. What do you want from me? You know?
Yeah, if your dad made you watch... Happy Tree Friends actually would be crazy if your dad made you watch Happy Tree Friends. This is what you want to watch a cartoon, huh? Yeah, 1,000 Ways to Die. That's what I was thinking. I just remember the one where the guy held his fart and then died. And there was another one where a guy got like a cut in his leg or something, and he while he was playing golf, and then he was like, oh, I don't know, he just like pissed on it or something, and then died from that. He thought it was a jellyfish bite, I guess, or a jellyfish sting.
Your Joker brain. That maybe is where it all began.
He's damaged.
No, I mean honestly, the way that they would explain it in the show was, I think, intended to be kind of scary and like existential. Looking at them now, they are kind of comical, but that's definitely the way they were trying to present them. So to a kid, I could definitely see that being horrifying.
damaged goods, but you got to take me for what I am.
And I do.
And I love you.
I love you too. But that could have been the moment the Joker was born.
You're right.
Yeah.
This one, you know, my mom has really nice skin, and I wish I learned more about hygiene at a young age. Because growing up, whenever my skin was, you know, you always have oily skin.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
At that age. And every time my skin felt oily, I would wash my face.
Right, me too.
Oh, you did that?
With like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would bring soap with me to school and wash my face in the bath. And my face would just get so fucking dry and oily as a result. And I would wash my face. I'd go to a friend's house.
Found the episode. It was called Doggy Styled LMFAO Salt on the Wound. That's crazy. These guys were playing with dynamite in the woods, lighting and throwing it, and their dog fetched it and brought it back to them. My God. Calling it doggy styled is insane. Americans do be showing kids graphic ways to die, but God forbid a movie wants to have lower than R rating and have multiple F-bombs. I mean, I was talking about this with my fiance. We were talking about like the fact that the news, like you can show certain very like gruesome things on the news, but you won't see it anything even close to it being simulated on media, like on like a, you know, a movie or something. And obviously it depends on the cases, but and obviously like rated R movies do go to that extent, but like you're not going to see a rated R movie on regular television. But if you go on the news, like certain news stations were literally showing Charlie Kirk get shot. You know, they broadcasted Saddam Hussein's hanging. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is kind of crazy what we do and don't care about. I do think that Americans have an odd view on like sexuality in general, not just like the differences in different sexualities, but just sex as a concept is very like oddly viewed in American culture for sure. I remember two guys licked a frog to get high and died. I don't remember that one. Or are you talking about this? Her implants exploded. A lemon... Wait, I'm not seeing it. Do. Oh, or the one where the girl's fake... It was literally right above that. The one where the girl fake boobs exploded. I remember that one. I don't remember the frog one, but I do remember the fake boobs exploding. That's great. That's why it's like, go to a doctor if you actually want to get this stuff. Like, just go to an actual doctor. Pay the thousands of dollars. You have to. Sorry. Either be rich or love yourself for who you are. Those are your options. You either have to love the body that you were born with, or be rich, or die for it. Like, beauty is pain. But I always just think about those guys that like inject synthol into their like muscles to try and make them look big, and they end up just looking like freaks. And I will say that if you inject this synthetic oil, into your muscles to make you look bigger, you look like a freak, and you should stop it. You will look better. You will look more swole if you don't do that. But yeah, sometimes those explode, and I think a guy died from that. Crazy stuff. The episode Trisha was on was called Diabestic. Trisha was on an episode of 1,000 Ways to Die? What? I know she was on a lot of early like reality TV and different, I guess not reality TV, but reality TV adjacent stuff.
To wash my face, it was like fucking horrible. No, I wish somebody told me, just put on moisturizer, idiot. Just put it on, and your face won't get oily. Because it gets dry. I wish someone would have told me that at a younger age.
I don't know if our parents even knew that stuff, though.
Moisturize?
I don't know that they
Is that a
knew
new
that
thing?
the oily skin, like, it's kind of counterintuitive, but you actually need to moisturize.
It's horrible, just thinking back. And I was using, like, really hard face washes, too. Like
Me
really
too.
ones with like scrubbing
Yeah.
bits in it and
Well,
just
that also reminds me. I always thought that like to get a really good brush, I brushed really hard.
Right.
Teeth. And it's
Your
kind
gums
of
are
the same
fucked
thing,
up.
and my gums are fucked up.
I believe that any sex resulted in a baby automatically.
Oh.
I may have told the story, but the one time I heard my parents having sex, I don't remember what age I was, probably about 5 or 6 or 7, I don't know. But I heard some moaning, and I immediately, excitedly got up and went to my brother's room. It was like 5 in the morning, and I woke him up, and I was like, Sean, there's great news. I'm gonna be an older brother.
Wow.
And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, Mom and Dad are having sex. He's like, that's
so
not how it
funny.
works, dude. And I was actually so disappointed.
Oh.
I was so happy. I was like, we're gonna have another. I'm gonna be an older brother.
Bro was sitting at the table at breakfast the next morning, like, so do you guys have any good news? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm not gonna be the baby anymore. That I remember. And one more. My brother used to fuck with me. He used to tell me shit when I was really young, like, to wipe your ass, you need to put as much toilet paper as you can on your hand. That's the proper way to wipe your ass, just to fuck with me and get me in trouble. And I started doing that, like a whole hand mitten, like a fucking half a roll of toilet.
Him saying this, I remember Trisha said that that's what she does for her nails. So she basically does like a glove.
Paper. I was like, that doesn't make much sense. I would clog in all the toilets and shit. So,
Why did he do that?
just to get me in trouble. That's it. That's all I have. Nothing really good.
Your sex one reminded me last night when we said we were going to do this as a discussion topic. I was racking my brain. I hadn't thought of the principal thing yet. And so I asked Allie, my girlfriend, or just told her, I was like, we're doing this thing tomorrow. I can't think of anything. And like immediately she came back with, oh, well, when I was like 6 years old, I thought the way the babies were made is that like the mom and the dad, they went to the doctor's office and they would both have a Dixie cup and they would spit into it and fill it up with spit, and then they'd exchange it and drink each other's spit.
Ew, what?
And I was like, what?
Where would you even learn that?
And that's what I asked. And she's like, I have nobody told me that. Like, that was just, I just came to that
What?
conclusion when I was
Wow.
like 6 years old, that's where
gnarly.
babies came.
I've never heard that.
That is a crazy belief to have as a kid. See, kids do just believe the darndest things. One thing I believed when I was a kid, and again, I don't remember what grade this was in or what age this was in, but it was probably too old. I saw a YouTube video when I was a kid. I was trying to find it earlier and I wasn't able to find it. And the YouTube video I saw was a guy who had a toy that was a drawing pad that you could draw on and put paper through. When you draw on the pad, it gets printed onto the paper. And what he was doing was putting blank CD discs, CD-ROMs through it, and then on the other side pulling out video game discs, because he would like put in a disc and put Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and then pull out the game out of the other side and be like, oh my god, look guys, it worked. Crash Bandicoot. Oh my god, guys, look, I got another one. And then I remember I showed that to my brother and my dad, and they laughed at me like so hard, and I cried. And I went to my room, and I was like, I didn't know. How was I supposed to know? This guy fucking lied to me. He fucking lied to me. I looked at my brother straight in the face, and I said, "Shut up, bitch!" I was so mad. But later on, my dad told me that my brother, when he was like around the same age, had seen a commercial on TV that was about like the smoothness of the car. And now we obviously have cars that can actually drive on the surface of water, but it was showing a car like driving on the surface of the water as if to show like it's super smooth and you feel nothing, like talking about the suspension or whatever. And my brother thought that this car was actually a car you could just start driving over the surface of the water. And my dad told me that, and it made me feel a little bit better. But I was like, you motherfuckers laughed at me. You motherfuckers.
Oh, it's a new one for me, too.
That's gnarly.
I guess.
Hila, you want to go?
So for me, the first thing that came to my mind as soon as you guys said that was like, God, because like it would be so stupid. And sometimes as an adult, I think back about it and I'm like, wow, I was kind of crazy. Like you kind of, I would talk.
In kindergarten, I was at the bottom of the dog pile, and a boy who was on top of me said, OMG, we just had sex. Kids just believe the damnedest things, don't they? Alexa Nicholas was in Tiptoes? I know she was on Zoe 101.
To myself, like, you, for example, not supposed to eat dairy after eating meat. And some people will wait 6 hours, some people will wait 3 hours, some people are kind of like blurry about it. And my family was always kind of blurry about like how much to wait. And so I would really want to eat like a chocolate or something after dinner, for example. And so I would kind of be like, okay, I waited 30 minutes and then I'll eat it and I'll be like, okay, God, like, just let this one go by. I won't do that ever again. I promise. Like, that's it.
You felt really guilty?
Yeah. And I'd talk to God, like, just
let this one
give me this one. But it would happen on different occasions.
I think that's very common for religious kids.
Right.
I think they do that all the time. It's actually kind of fucked up to kids.
My kids find it hilarious that they were cut out of my tummy rather than through my hoo-ha. I mean, it is kind of funny. My brother was a C-section, and then I was born normally. But then I actually had like a cone head when I was born, you know, because they pull them out. They pull your babies out, and sometimes the head becomes a little bit misshapen. And my head looked like a cone, and my dad said he was like, is it going to stay like that? And the doctors were like, no, it's fine. But my dad said he was worried for a second. He was like, oh my God. Because I was a huge baby. I could find the documents, but I was literally 22 inches and 9 pounds 8 ounces when I was born. I was huge.
So fucked up.
It's too much for kids to deal with this idea of this God that they have to
That's always watching and hearing everything and knowing everything.
It's a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's probably very common for kids' religious houses.
Probably.
But seems like he forgave you if he is there. You overlooked that.
I think he's not there. That's my conclusion.
Based on the fact that he never punished you for the chocolates. That's a good one. Maybe you're nodding yes. You had that same kind of thing.
Oh, yeah,
begging
definitely.
for forgiveness.
Definitely.
Please, God. What was the most trivial thing you begged God for forgiveness for?
I would just always say, God, please don't let my family go to hell when I was a kid.
Oh my God, that's so
because
fucked
I
up.
was mixed, and my aunts would always like tease me about being half white, and my mom being American, and I was really close to my grandma on my mom's side.
I'm so nervous this baby will be a C-section. My son was 6 weeks early, but I was able to have him naturally. I'm just scared something will go wrong. Well, keeping you in my thoughts and prayers. I hope everything goes perfectly, and just try and keep a good outlook, because that'll do your body the best. But excited to hear about the baby. Woo!
Alright, so I say, please, don't let them go to hell. Come on, give me a break.
Please, God. Why? Because you're half white?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Well, just because they're not Muslim, they're Christian.
Oh, because your mom's not Muslim?
Well, my mom converted, but like my grandmother, who was my favorite person in the world, was Christian. Yeah.
Oh, you don't want her to go to hell. Fair enough.
Ooh, mine got stuck butt first because I have a heart-shaped womb and couldn't be moved. Well, I'm glad that they were able to get it figured out. Yeah. Ooh, that does sound like it probably was some stress in the moment, but modern medicine, they can do a whole lot. Drugs, more drugs. Ugh. Who had a baby? Just saying. Just saying it's an option.
Who hasn't? Avery, you want to do yours?
Yeah, so one that I used to do is pretty embarrassing is when I was a kid.
So true. Everybody has their own life schedules. So real. Sorry, restarting this one.
Who hasn't? Avery, you want to do yours?
Yeah, so one that I used to do is pretty embarrassing is when I was a kid, I was trying to trace where it came from. I kind of think it may have been from the movie Hook, which was like a 1993 film with Rob Williams. Yeah, about Peter Pan. I used to try to fly all the time. I would always just I'd wait till like the adults left the room and I'd get up on something high like the couch or the counter and try to think of try to focus hard enough or maybe think of a happy thought and I try to fly.
Thoughts, right?
Yeah, and I always fall and bust my ass. I remember my grandmother, my Arabic grandmother, always saying something in Arabic that translates to only time will tell. I think only time will tell if he's fucked up or something. Every time I do it.
Oh, they used to say that about you?
Yeah. And yeah, I was telling Lena, it's crazy, but I was telling Lena this story yesterday, and she's like, oh, maybe that's why you always do that thing in college at parties when you'd get really fucked up and throw yourself down the stairs. And I totally forgot about that. For some reason, in college, I thought this was...
Weed chat. We have mom chat, too. Weed chat and parent chat.
The funny shit ever was to get messed up and just throw myself...
Big shout-outs to all the parents in chat. Love you all and hoping all of your families great health. Keeping you in my thoughts and prayers.
From the top of the stairs down at a party and scare the shit out of everyone downstairs. And I do a little roll at the bottom and everyone would crack up. But I'd wake up always the next morning being bruised on both my shoulders. So yeah, maybe that is where it's from.
Why? Because you thinking that you'll fly?
I mean, no, not that I thought I would fly when I was older, but just I was used to throwing myself off of something. So it was just
interesting.
The talent you had developed.
If you think about it, I heard this when I was a kid, and it seemed so true to me because I was like, if you thought you had the ability to fly, why would you try and jump off of something? You should be able to take off from the ground. You don't have wings, you don't have anything that would be like propulsion. It would have to be some kind of manipulation of the Earth's magnetic field, or so. You know what I mean? It would be like something completely opposed to human physiology. So you should be able to just go whoom and just take off. That's true flight. Otherwise you're just gliding and flapping. It's different.
Talent, doing it for entertainment.
It's a shame that as a kid you can't fly and do all this cool stuff that looks awesome. It's fucked up. It's just not fair.
You know what that reminds me of? This doesn't quite qualify because I don't think I ever fully believed this, but it was one of those things that as a kid you're like, but maybe I should try.
Yeah, shout out to all the people without kids. Enjoy sleeping in tomorrow. Enjoy it while it lasts. They're coming. They're coming. You'll see.
Do you remember the Animorphs books when we were kids?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love those covers.
I thought that was so fucking cool that you could absorb the DNA of an animal and then you could morph into one. And at night, a cat would jump into my bed or something. I'd be like, all right, let me see if I can.
On my 7th birthday, my cousin convinced me I could fly if I put on angel wings. I threw myself down a flight of stairs. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, hey, that is falling with style. So true. As someone who's ace and tacophobic, parents have my deepest respect. Shout out to your families. I haven't heard of either of those.
Do this and put my hand on my cat and concentrate really I'm gonna absorb the DNA so I can turn into a cat. Never worked.
Yeah,
it's almost shifting. You were doing
right. I was trying to shift.
Yeah.
I was trying to shift.
You were in bed with your cat.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you were saying you're ace. I thought you were saying ace phobic for a second, and I was so confused. I was like, "Whoa, why are you putting that in chat?" But I get what you're saying now. You are ace and tocophobic, or tacophobic.
Sounds like a shift.
Again, I don't think I actually believed it, but I wanted it to be real so bad that it was let's just give it a shot. Let's just
jump right into it.
Let's just see where this leads us.
Yeah, it's crazy now that my nieces have no idea what Animorphs are. I'm like, dude, at the book fair, those were you would never buy the books. At least I wouldn't. You always just look at the covers because they were always so interesting.
Covers are sick and hilariously bad when you look at it now.
So bad.
So stupid looking. I mean, here, I'll show you some. Yeah, the art is actually just so bad now when you look at it. I don't know if you've seen these, Ela. Look at this. It's dumb.
No.
Cow?
I don't know. Was that an actual Animorphs cover?
You seen these, Ela? Look at this. It's dumb.
Oh, is this just by the Animorphs cover artist?
No.
Cow?
What was his name? David. God, I just said it. David Mittig. What? Go back. Come on. David Mattingly.
A snake?
Never seen
Look at this
this.
shit. Look at this one.
Wow.
Those are
What?
dope, dude.
Zach, you know
These
about
rule.
Look at
This
this.
must have been a little before my time.
I
The
love
concept
these.
is
I was
dope
really
as
young when I
hell.
read these. Yeah, I read these in like 2nd or 3rd grade, so.
The concept is dope as hell, but like that art is fucking hilarious. And this was the cover of all of them. Was just a kid.
It was one of the 5 teens that were like the protagonists in it.
Look at this. A beaver?
Hell yeah.
You're gonna transform into a beaver? Of all the animals? I mean, this kid turned into a fly.
This artist is dope. David Mattingly. Because I've always seen the art and I've just never seen the name and never like thought to look it up. Look at his wizard art. I know where I'm getting my wizard posts from. See, you always see this one on Instagram. I thought I was wearing my Wizard Money Gang shirt, but I'm not. Now that one was so me. You can't get the cat. So me right here, look. Me. Look, I totally zapped this guy. Oh, is that it? Oh no, he's a Satanist. What animal is everyone morphing into? I want to morph into a bear. I want to be a bear. I want to be like this girl. What do you guys think of that terrible bear roar I just did? Sounded like a dying animal. I was trying to do like a bear screeching in the distance. It did not work. What the fuck is this thing supposed to be? Animorphs number 8. The alien. So it's just supposed to be an alien. There were multiple ones that were just the alien. Like, look at this one. Oh, so the alien turns also into a mosquito. The alien turns into a cow. Okay. To be honest, I liked DJ Smokey when he was about Positive Squad and not Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Hey man, teach their own. Why can't you be positive and also make money? Get in that bag. Alien Centaur? That is what it is. I just wonder how he came up with this. Are these supposed to be eyes? I thought they were just antennas. That there were antennae. But damn, got turned into a rat. They said you looked like a rat. How does that make you feel? A tiger? Honestly, that's probably the smartest answer. If you could turn into any animal, you'd probably want to turn into like a large cat, some kind of large cat. Whatever I guess a lion or no, I guess a liger. Aren't they the biggest? Do a liger. Because they have like, you know, great amount of flexibility, razor sharp claws, great bite force. Apex.
That's cooler than a beaver, maybe.
Were they Scholastic books? Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah. Grizzly.
That's true. I feel like he relapsed on drinking lean though, which I don't think is good. Fair enough, fair enough. That part is not good. That is not part of the Shadow Wizard Money Gang initiative. Nowhere on Shadow Wizard Money Gang does it talk about lean, maybe unless you're taking the shadow element to say that, but it doesn't matter.
Grizzly bears is legit transformation. I can't say that. Wait, he transformed from a hawk to an ant?
To an alien. That was the kid that got trapped as a hawk because this is some deep Animorphs lore I'm about to drop on you, but if you you could morph into any animal that you absorb the DNA of, but if you stayed in that form for too long, I forget, it was like a couple hours or something, you get stuck, and one of the main characters gets stuck as a hawk.
Holy shit.
So his like base form is just like a bird from now on. Those books were like actually kind of fucking twisted.
You're the
and
only
dark
person
for
I
kids.
know who ever read them.
I never read one. I never read a single
them?
one. No.
I read them when I was a
I
kid.
used to read Goosebumps. That was
Goosebumps was the shit.
Goosebumps was the shit.
I had a whole collection of the Goosebumps.
I remember
I like
seeing those
Goosebumps
at
too,
the
yeah.
library. Like, I remember the covers of the
So
Goosebumps.
dope. Had the bumpy cover. That was like genius.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I always just loved the covers. I don't think I ever read them.
What in the fuck is this? Oh, it's a lizard. I thought, oh the god.
What?
Here's you, Dan. This was you.
I know. I was trying. I was trying. Didn't work out for me.
Man, there's just a lot of these.
Yeah, they continue forever.
What?
A starfish?
Oh my god.
Why would you want to be a starfish?
Like a badass.
There was usually some like plot motivation for
What could a
one
starfish
thing.
do?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know why
It just
the starfish was
sits
necessary.
there inertly, basically.
Yeah.
Trump turning into a halo? Where'd it go? But there's some really funny ones. Like I remember the Agit Pie Animorph meme.
Oh yeah.
Remember that fucking asshole?
I remember him. I don't know what's down.
So right now we don't have a title. We have a repeat thumbnail. So they're just using filler for now. We got time. We got 30 minutes, guys. What's going on here?
More.
Here, he turned into a piece of shit.
Okay. I've seen this meme. I didn't know that it's about.
Isn't that
the book.
awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really good memes here. Like,
Oh, somebody said Animorphs definitely made a lot of furries. That's interesting.
oh, okay.
Hmm.
Here's that's rude. Someone turns into the red M&M.
Sick.
But yeah, this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
Guy's such a fucking asshole. What a piece of shit he is.
Literally.
Yeah. I don't get this one. Trump turning into Master Chief.
It's a clam.
What? No, he's turning into a
clam.
Oh, I thought it was Master. Master Chief's helmet. See, that didn't make any sense to me.
But what's the clam?
Well, the clam doesn't make more sense either.
Yeah, I don't know what. Master Chief.
Zuck turning into a lizard. Yeah, so you get the idea.
Felix?
What'd you see?
Felix turning into duck?
Felix?
There.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I gotcha. So, and who's next? Who got one?
I'll go.
Alrighty.
So this happened when I was in like 4th grade. Brother comes in my room. He's 4 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Comes in my room and he's carrying a Trojan condom and a vibrating penis dildo.
A vibrating penis dildo.
Mm-hmm.
Zach's brother is younger, for context.
Younger. And at the time, I didn't know.
That's like a specialty item. That's pretty it's pretty high end. Because you could get one or the other, and those will usually, those are going to run you a pretty penny. But multi-action, he says. Interesting.
Carrying a Trojan condom and a vibrating penis dildo.
A vibrating penis dildo.
Mm-hmm.
Zach's brother is younger, for context.
Younger. And at the time, I didn't know what it was. I don't know what.
How
that
old were
was.
you?
I was in 4th grade.
Okay, so you're both very, very young.
Very young. And he comes in my room and he's like, he's like, Zach, what is this? And I'm like, I don't know. Let's go ask mom and dad.
Oh shit.
So we go downstairs together, holding this pretty decent sized vibrating dildo and a condom.
Out of the wrapper or in the wrapper?
In the wrapper.
Okay.
And I remember it was red. And that's a
red. Interesting. That's exotic.
Key point of the story right now.
Yeah, red condom is not common.
So we go downstairs, and my mom's jaw.
Idubbbz is alive? Oh my god, I wonder what he's talking about. I bet it's super important. I bet it's super, super cool and important. Let me see. Idubbbz, what are you doing? Am I the only person in here right now? Whoa. Whoa, Borderlands 4. Whoa. What? Out now? I'm waiting for Skate to come out. It comes out literally in 4 days. It comes out on the 16th. I need it. I might be playing it on stream. I might pull a Papa Gut and play it on stream sometime. This is what he's doing right now. There are... How do I tell how many people are in here right now? 53. Okay, he's got a few people watching. He's got a few people waiting for him, you know. He's a big, you know, he's a big creator. God, why does fucking... What, Twitch, the UI sucks. Literally just copy YouTube's UI. Just do it. Nobody cares. Kick basically did. Nobody gives a shit. Is this like his actual fence? Because it's kind of cool. This is more entertaining than when Idubbbz is actually streaming. I got banned for pointing out his double standard with asking Sam Hyde to stop making fun of him and his wife for a much more respectful reason than me. That's fine. See, I'd never go in there and I'd never talk shit to him. Yeah, it's unnecessary. Enough people are doing it. I think his own fans shit on him enough too. They update the thumbnail? Still no.
Drops. And we're asking, you know, we're don't know what the fuck this is. And we're asking, like, what is this? My dad's like, well, the thing you're holding, the red thing, is Tylenol.
Okay, interesting. Good, good.
And he didn't say anything about the dildo. It was just the red condom. So from, I don't know, 4th grade till about, 7th grade, I thought Tylenol and condoms were the...
That's the corn cob he uses? What do you mean by that? Country boys make do?
Same thing.
Whoa, that's good. So how did that impact your life?
Not well. Not, I mean, but at that age, you didn't know what was going on. You didn't know what a dildo was, you know, or a condom yet.
But was there ever a time you asked for like a...
Asked for a follow-up? He was like, hey, bro, what was that? I hate to backtrack here, but what was that thing you showed me back in the day? Remember that?
Explanation?
You got confused between Tylenol and condom?
No, because I you know, I figured out before I
right.
started using condoms, you know. So
that's pretty good. You ever talked to your parents about it since then?
No, absolutely not. I'm gonna have to though after this.
There you have it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Discovering that your parents have sex is traumatic.
With a toy too.
I mean, I told that story with my mom when I found a dildo next to her bed that's like was the size of the fucking.
You did?
When we did families, I did it right next to her. I swear that thing was like, bro, it was like the size of my arm. I swear to God, and you know, that's a lot to deal with as a kid. I'm just saying. It's fucking insane.
Even as an adult.
Yeah, I remember that dildo. I mean, it was fucking massive, dude. Just totally out of the problem. And the thing is, they didn't even hide it that well. That's what they could have protected me.
Yeah,
that's how I feel too.
I'm surprised that 2 people have this experience in this office together. I gotta say, I'm lucky enough to not have had that experience. I also wasn't rummaging through drawers, I guess, that I wasn't supposed to, so...
Like...
Live and learn, am I right?
Come on, man. I don't need to live with that memory.
I remember the dildo so vividly in the condom. It's so vivid, it's just trapped in my mind.
Yeah. But at least it seemed like it was like human size, not like horse size.
Yeah, yeah. It was one of those dildos that had the clitoral stimulation on it too. So
That's what he meant by it's a vibrator. Yep, that's more high end, I have to say. He's got one of the. His brother was probably holding it like a fucking wand. He was like, "Hey, look what I found."
Okay.
Yeah.
So you learned.
I mean, it was his mom's wand, but you know what I'm talking about.
In retrospect, you're learning a lot about what you saw.
Correct. Yes.
Oh shit. There you have it. Condoms are Tylenol, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Ian, you got to have something good for us.
I mean, I was a smart kid. I didn't believe anything stupid. No, that's not true.
I miss
There was
Ian.
this girl in my first grade
miss
class. I
my
had to sit
friend.
next to her. Her name was McKenna, and she was always messing with me. That Bloody Mary thing, she told me about that, and she would actually like take a paper clip and she would scratch up her arms.
Oh my god.
And I didn't realize that was what was happening until later, but she would be like, I did the Bloody Mary thing again last night. And I was so scared.
Nasty. What? the
Yeah,
hell?
she would have like cuts all over her arms.
It's dedication.
Yeah. You know, method. The Jared Leto type
Yeah.
of acting. But one thing she told me that is so stupid. I was such an idiot. She told me that if you ever go to Legoland, the moment you set foot in the park, you turn into like a big Lego man. And I was like, whoa, that's so sick. How do they even do that? And she's like, they have like the most advanced technology. It's crazy. Like Disneyland can't catch up. It's so good. And I was like begging my parents to go to Legoland. I wanted to go so bad. And they took me eventually. And I was like, right at the entrance, I was like, here we go. And I stepped in and I was like, this place fucking sucks. I was so upset. And I was like, I was grumpy the whole day. I was so
Wow,
disappointed.
she really got you.
Yeah. The park, there's like nothing there.
How old were you when you
Yeah,
went?
how old?
Probably like second grade-ish.
Oh, way too old, I feel like.
Because we take Theodore since he's like 2, and he loves it.
Yeah, Theodore loves it, but I feel like 5 max for that.
I didn't even. You went recently, right? Are there?
Yeah.
There's
Are there
rides.
like rides and stuff, or I don't remember doing rides. Just stuff to look at.
The rides are pretty
Seriously,
bad.
for like 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like a little train ride.
A little boat ride. It's all really, really, really low end shit.
And you're a human the whole time.
No,
too.
you don't transform. There's no metamorphosis. So, did you hit her up when you came back?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Like, I went to Legoland. There was nothing happened. And she was like, oh, they must have changed it.
Oh.
Wow.
That's bullshit.
You guys
That's a
I
sneaky.
should find her and write her a
pretty
message
sneaky.
now.
She's a sneaky little trickster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Messing with you.
she got me good.
Wow, that reminds me of the time I was in 5th grade and a girl randomly stapled my hand. I was sitting there and she came up with the stapler and fucking on my hand. And I was like, why'd you do that? You bitch. And then I pulled it out of my hand. Actually, don't mean to toot my own horn. I don't think I did scream, actually. Because I kind of remember her being like, what, didn't that hurt? And I was like, yeah, it hurt. Like, I'm trying to see if there's a mark. I don't think so. It's healed. I'm like Wolverine. I don't know why that reminded me of a very dissimilar story. But all right, I guess.
She could tell I was a rube, so easy mark.
Wow. Oh, Sam, you got one?
I was waiting for permission from my mom, but she's not texting me back.
Really? You need permission for this one?
Yeah, but I'm just gonna tell it anyway.
Yay.
So one day I was in my parents' bathroom, and I don't remember what I was looking for, but I opened a drawer and I found some lube. And I asked my mom, I was like, what is this? And she was like, it's lotion. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So for months after that, I would go into their bathroom and use their bathroom and wash my hands, and I would like put a dab of lotion on my hands, and I was always like, oh, this lotion sucks. And then I think I told my mom about it one day, like, this lotion doesn't smell very good, and she was like, what are you talking about? And I showed her, and she was like, oh no. She was like, that's our lotion. Don't use our lotion.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's very funny. Kids are so funny how they remember stuff like that. Like Theodore would totally do that. You tell him one thing, he's coming back to use it that way, for sure. Yeah. That's hilarious. That's awesome. Nasty too. Because you know her hands were like had like sex shit on it when she touched the bottle. I'm just saying. You know.
Just saying.
You didn't think I thought about that in retrospect when I picked up my mom's massive fucking dildo? Stop.
Just the way he talks about it is incredible. You don't think I thought that when I looked at my mom, when I pulled out my mom's giant, massive, huge, arm-length dildo? Like, bro. We get it. And it's just that it's plagued his mind for so long. He has to plague the rest of our minds with it too.
Terrific.
We can never look at Donna the same.
No, I'm just saying.
Same for me too.
Yeah, it's part of the trauma. I can't wash off my hands now. Still, been washing my hands ever since that. Touched that thing, man. Cam. Lena?
Yeah, I got one. Can I come over there to talk just as easy to chat over there?
We would love to see you.
Come on
Camely. Stop!
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Babe?
All right, cool. So similar to Ian, I had a girl that used to mess with me like in elementary school. And this is a story that I believed up until maybe 1 or 2 months ago. Well, let me just adjust.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, because it's so grounded in potentially reality, I guess, and I wouldn't have any other way of knowing. But this girl in like 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, whatever, told me that all girls' bathrooms had couches in them.
Oh, interesting. I've heard that before.
You have? Okay, I wasn't sure. Yeah. So is this grounded in reality? And like,
hell no.
Okay, because I was talking to a girl like a couple months ago, and I told her that, and she told me I was put on, and all these years, I thought.
Oh really?
I had something similar where they convinced me that there's like sofas and.
Oh really? It's not real? Explain this. Explain this one. Oh really? It's not real. Look, tampon dispenser right here. Boom. Couch. What about trying to find another example. There aren't many examples. Yeah, what about this one? What about this one from 9gag? Maybe you walked into the boys' bathroom. Ha ha.
Vases and flowers.
And, well, so here's the thing. And then I brought this up this morning, and AB made me reconsider if it was even fake, because he said in an episode of The Office, they go into all the guys hang out in the girls' bathroom.
Girls aren't real. If girls are real, then why don't any talk to me?
And it's a similar setup to what you just described. So I'm starting to wonder, what have I been double lied to? Is there couches in the girls' bathroom?
The male mind couldn't fathom such a luxurious place to take a shit. Put a couch in the men's bathroom. The first thing that's gonna happen is someone's gonna take a shit on the couch. It's just the first thing that's gonna happen. I think I've told this story before. I definitely have. At my school, at the school I went to, we had a bunch of stalls, right? Stalls and urinals, like a normal bathroom. Someone ripped the stall wall and door off of the end stall. So it went urinal, toilet, and then the stall started. And there was a funny photo that went around for a while around school of someone that I was friends with went and was sitting on the toilet, like with his pants pulled down, and was sitting on the toilet while somebody else was peeing at the urinal. It was kind of classic. It was pretty good. I can't lie. But you put a couch in there, it's not lasting a day. It's not lasting the first few periods of at least a school. If it was if it's out in public, homeless people are just going to go in there to sleep. Let's be honest.
Bathrooms now?
I think it's a meme.
It's
I think
a
it's an
meme?
ongoing gag.
Okay, yeah. Well,
That can't be. Well, the truth is that the women's bathroom is more fucked than the guy's bathroom. It's horrific in there, man.
in my mind, I was like, oh, they don't have urinals, so they
Exactly,
They
it's
need
nice.
To, like, they need a spot to hang out, and there's less space in there. So I don't know, but I'm still not convinced.
That's how they trick you, because you go, oh, women are nice, they're respectful, they're considerate. Their bathroom's not going to be a dump. No, you go in there and it's fucked up.
Well, I've never been in one, so I'm on the edge.
You got to go in there.
Couches in there.
You got to take a look.
I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat say that some do.
Yeah. See?
What? Hell no. Stop it, you guys. Don't fuck with poor Cam.
I'm sorry, you have to use like porcelain and like you can't be using like any fabrics in the restroom. It's disgusting. The germs are gonna collect. I hate it. And I know that's not like that's not how it works, really. Like that's not exactly how it works, but that's how it works to me. I know that I will get the germs on me on that couch. Now that's really what I would be thinking about though. Even if there wasn't just like shit on the actual couch. If I walked in and saw a couch in the restroom, I would think that's gross. That's disgusting.
Not real. Come on.
Wait, Ela's saying it's not real. Lena, Sam, what's going on here?
No. I'm not saying that it was missing a door. They ripped off the whole wall. They ripped out the whole like unit for that stall. So it was just a toilet sitting right next to all the urinals. If that's what you mean, that's kind of interesting that it's not uncommon. My cousin went to see ICP and the only available bathroom had no door. A lady offered to stand in the doorway to provide privacy, but she stood facing my cousin. I got you, don't worry. I wish there was a PS4 and TV in the bathroom.
There's no couches in women's bathroom. What the hell are you
I've
talking?
noticed if you go to like the
Get the PS5, all the new games.
mall, they always say like women's lounge or whatever, and there are like couches. It's like a little seating area.
Really?
Yeah.
Like at Nordstrom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Well, so there's a nugget of truth to it.
I don't know. What is that?
Yeah.
What do you need a couch for?
Yeah.
Hanging out.
When you're hanging out in the bathroom.
Lena, you buy all
girls
that?
Blasting ass.
Same
in
as
the
what
stall?
Sam said. Like if you just at the mall or something, there's usually a couch in the bathrooms there, but it's not like every bathroom. I've never even heard of that before.
Well, if there's a couch at Nordstrom's, or can we really?
Yeah, I wouldn't count that as like what Cam is talking about.
People want to pull.
Well, it was my perspective that like every woman's bathroom
Everyone is bomb.
in
Nice.
elementary school.
Never been to Nordstrom Rack. Or I've never been to Nordstrom, but I've been to Nordstrom Rack. But I've never been inside the women's restroom. I've been inside the men's restroom. They do not have couches. But again, I guess no male restrooms, no men's restrooms have couches. I was trying to not exhale while talking. And that vapor laid on my lungs for too long.
Mom, I want a vape.
And hold my fart like a bong rip.
School and like high school, all that. Stores everywhere.
No way.
Moms and
People say it's breastfeeding.
Yeah, I see that.
Breastfeeding? That
Yeah, I mean, I
that
guess
would
that
be
makes
nice.
sense. Yeah.
That's nice.
But yeah, I think there still might be couches in the bathrooms. I think it just might be a secret society.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying maternity breastfeeding. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
But
It's like those bookshelves where you pull on a book and it's a secret door. You do that to one of the soap dispensers and it opens up a little extra room where you can go sit down, have a lounge.
we're talking about like nice places, right? Not like every.
Yeah.
What's good, Brittany? Welcome in. Thanks to everybody that's been in here. That wasn't a fart. That was me pulling this up from my lap. Let's see if I can make it happen again. If I can't. Oh, it did work. See? This is a fart.
It's not common.
I mean, I've accidentally walked into a women's bathroom and then I go and I see all stalls and no urinals, and then I panic and I go, oh fuck, I'm in the wrong place.
All right.
But you guys can't say. You guys can't say.
Oh yeah. I'm actually a genius after all. Thank you very much.
But you guys can't say every bathroom has a couch. Stop that. Stop the madness.
I worked at no Nordstrom, and there are couches and flowers in there. Well, there
Oh
you go.
my god.
Okay, but you're talking about Nordstrom.
Yeah.
People are saying it's
have
pretty
them.
common.
What?
There you go. So you know, Fresh and Fit, we're onto something.
Yeah.
Fucking male, female.
I think I've told this story about me using a porta potty at a college football game, wearing a romper, and to use the bathroom, you're pretty much naked, and a dude busted the door open on me, traumatized. Honestly, I might get the police involved. If I was at a college football game, I'd be like waving over the nearest officer, like, hey, it was him. It was that guy. Because that's wild. To do that to anybody. Like, it's locked. Fuck, like, what do you... Like, even if it wasn't locked, why are you busting it open? What the fuck's wrong with you? God damn. Some people are actually insane. It was at an Alabama football game. Checks out. We made eye contact later on, and he just said, roll tide. Oh, my God. You should have paid somebody a beer to beat the shit out of him. You should have paid someone from that opposing team to be like, hey, bro, here's a 6-pack and go fucking go work this guy for a couple minutes. Roll Tide smooths everything over like Mentos. So true.
Privilege.
my
I don't see it. Where do you see it? I see people saying only if it's like a nice place, fancy place.
Not a public elementary school.
Probably not.
All right, do a poll. Does every woman's bathroom have a couch, a vase, and fresh flowers? Every single one.
I mean, obviously.
Obviously
no to
not.
that.
Watch. Let's see. The women. I'm telling you,
Secret society.
it is.
That's what the Chamber of Secrets actually is referring to.
It was locked, or I thought he was drunk. He didn't mean to. LOL. He shut the door back real quick. Yeah, the Roll Tide would have pushed me the wrong way, and I totally would have paid some face painted fans. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have actually. I'm joking. It's a joke.
%100% yes right now. So Cam, okay, 80% no. 20% say yes. All men, in fact.
1 in
voted for that
5
one.
women admit there are, in fact.
So I think you got bamboozled, Cam.
Yeah.
Slightly bamboozled.
You know, I will never know, I guess, but
You may know. You may know. You.
I was in a bathroom at a bar and a drag queen busted my stall door open and kissed me and said, "Get out, I need to do blow." LOL, I was pulling my pants up, dude. Funniest and weirdest experience ever. Yeah, I would have also probably gotten the police involved in that instance. Or depending on what I had on me, probably defended myself. Some people just have too much... I don't know what it is. I don't even know what you'd call it, because it's not like confidence. It is like a weird... I feel like it does stem from like narcissism and stuff. People that just really can't look past themselves. Even if they aren't narcissists themselves, they have narcissistic tendencies. Crazy stuff. One time I fought a crackhead at a record store downtown. One time I fought a drunk... one time I was on LSD and fought a drunk homeless guy on like a busy street where there were like a bunch of clubs and stuff. Pretty good time. The lives we live, am I right? Are there really gaps in the doors of the stalls in the US? There's like gaps underneath, yeah. Is that what you mean? The gaps in the doors themselves are very thin. They're not like super wide. Well, I guess it depends on the bathroom you're in, but they're not meant to be that wide because they're just like, it's plastic basically, or it's like, depends, but it's like metal or plastic like pieces that are all just kind of pieced together. It's all modular. Now every time homeless people ask me stuff, I start speaking fake Russian to deter them. I just scream at them. I just scream and yell. A homeless woman asked me if I was selling Fent the other day. I was out with some friends. We were filming something, and this random homeless lady came up and asked if she was like, "Are you guys selling Fetty? Are you guys selling Fetty?" And I was like, "No, go away." She was like, "No, you're not." And I literally looked at her and I went, "No, we're not selling anything. Leave." Yeah, if they act crazy, you act crazier. You just go, "Ow!" As long as they don't seem violent. You can kind of get them to run off if you try your hardest. Yeah, see, that's the way they should be, though, is you should have full doors for bathrooms. Having stalls in general, especially like in adult settings. I mean, I guess in child settings, it's even worse, right? Like, why would you want that in like a high school or an elementary school or middle school where kids could misbehave and do things more often because they don't understand, they haven't been taught well enough. They're in the process of learning. I've definitely been sitting in a public stall and had a little girl on the outside peek through at me. So awkward. No, yeah, I think that's happened to me too, where like a kid's looking, you're kind of like, leave me alone. I'm in here right now.
We'll know one day.
I'm so confused. My whole life has been a lie, and then just this morning it got, flipped back around, so I'm not sure.
Right.
But wait, you've never accidentally walked into the women's bathroom?
Okay, so when I worked at Adult Swim,
they definitely had a couch at Adult Swim. He walked in and he went, "Oh shit, this is crazy. This one does have a TV."
And we would work late nights a lot, and so it was just, the building was very empty at that time, and me and my friend Christina, she was like, "Hey, you want to see the girls' bathroom?" And just like, because it was different there. And I was like, "Sure." And I remember noting, like, there's no couches in here.
Interesting.
That's awesome. This is odd.
But it was a better bathroom than the men's bathroom too. So I did note that as well.
That's funny. Where are the couches? All right, nice, Cam.
$50 that my university had one in their IT building. That's not very fancy. I mean, unless they were fucking...
Had what in the IT building?
A couch in the women's bathroom at a university. It's not just Nordstrom.
It can't be in the bath. The bathroom is gross. It's got to be out of the bathroom in like a lounge area. No?
Yeah.
Because the bathroom, there's water, there's shit.
Not in the.
See, I've always appreciated bathrooms where you have the actual bathroom itself is disconnected from the area where you wash your hands. Even if it isn't like a fully disconnected room with like a door, it's like a separate like area where there's like a walkway that you have to go down to go to the bathroom. Because like that would at least be a little bit better. But yeah, having a couch next to all of the toilets, that's a no-go. Unless, like we're saying, unless it is fully all walled off with a door closed, then yeah, you can have the couch in the same room as those other rooms, I guess. That's not a problem. I think the idea of like American bathrooms is they're trying to fit as many as possible in the same space. Because like how small are those independent units in the UK if they have full doors and stuff? I'm kind of confused because like the whole thing is in like a normal bathroom you have what, like 4 to 7 stalls and then like about 6 probably urinals in like most public bathrooms, I'd say. And I feel like if you have full like rooms built out for each toilet, that's definitely going to minimize the amount, or at least each of those spaces is going to feel extremely claustrophobic. But I guess what would you prefer? Have privacy and feel a little claustrophobic, or have no? Oh my God, be a little claustrophobic and have privacy, or not feel claustrophobic and have no privacy. That is kind of a weird line to toe, I guess. It is interesting. It is interesting, I have to say.
Beth.
Definitely not.
That's gross.
Mhm.
Upholstered couch? Soaking up all those odors? Hi, Lena.
Hi.
You got a good one?
I think so. So, I guess it's sort of an Arab superstition, but when I was younger, I was told that when you're at a wedding.
In my country, there's a place where they do things backwards. I went to the mall and the bathroom door had glass, but the blurred side is on the inside. I think that they just installed those wrong. I don't think that was like a cultural thing. Yeah, I couldn't go there either. If I saw that, I would be like, what? I'd be so confused. They don't want me seeing out. They don't want me to be able to know that somebody's watching me.
And you first see the bride enter for the first time, you have to say Smallah or Masha'Allah, which is like a way to keep the evil eye away. Otherwise, it's going to bring like really bad luck to her. And the story was that the mother of a bride at some wedding, she was so concerned with telling everyone to say Smallah that she forgot to do it herself. And so...
If urinals are crazy to you, have you ever heard of a urinal trough? Urinal troughs are the craziest. This shit it looks like prison. Like, it looks like some shit you'd see in prison. It's literally just a big open space where you go stand next to shoulder with other men and you pee. You don't see them that often anymore. This is crazy. Imagine you're peeing and some dude tries to squeeze in next to you. I would be mad. I would be so mad. But yeah, urinals are they're a little wild. They can be.
The next day, the bride went blind.
What?
Oh my God.
Wait. This is like a story, or this happened?
A tall tale.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So the mom was so concerned with everyone saying it that she forgot.
Yeah.
And then okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was young when this happened. So I think I was like early middle school when my sister was getting married, and when she was first coming in for the first time, I was like looking around and like making sure everyone's going to say. I just had really bad anxiety about it, that something was going to happen to my sister because someone would forget.
Oh my God.
Yes, I've seen the women use a trough at Old Tiger Stadium. Yeah. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. My local bar has urinal kegs that say thank you for recycling. Hey, they're serving it back to you later. That's why the beer tastes like that.
There are so many ridiculous ones. Do you have any other ones about... I mean, I was told once that if you have shrimp and orange juice, you're going to die if you eat them at the same time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wait, Lena, were you like going up?
I have to say, if I was at a bar that had urinal kegs, like, I'm assuming you mean like it's a keg that has like, it's cut out, like a urinal inside of a keg, like shape or whatever. I think that would probably gross me out enough to maybe never come back. I'd finish my drinks, don't get me wrong. I'd be like, whoa. I'd walk back. And another, please. Screwdriver, make it 2.
To people and making sure they said it? Or were you just sitting there super stressed out?
Yeah, I was too shy to do that, but just super stressed out and like looking around, and it made me really nervous for her.
And the next day, were you waiting for her to go blind or something, or did you forget about it already?
I think I forgot about it. Or maybe I talked to my mom about it and she told me that wasn't true or something like that.
Serious business.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she's okay, your sister.
She's okay.
No blindness.
Yeah.
There you go.
She's okay.
Inshallah.
She's all right.
Inshallah, right? Or would you?
She what?
What? Oh, alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. But for Arab kids in general, like, I feel like we all have this sort of like anxiety that something bad is going to happen. Like, we were at a lake one day and my niece, who was 6 at the time, just randomly said, looking around, she's like,
I never came here today.
Yeah, she's like, I have a bad feeling about today. She should not have come here today.
What the heck?
What are you talking about? And she's like, I don't know, I just have a very bad feeling.
Oh, that's...
It's because Arabic is such a dramatic language that when it's translated, it comes out so bad. So like, Lena always told me the story of when her mom walked downstairs once when they were...
Oh, that is crazy. Last person to debate Charlie
So
Kirk.
my name's Hunter. I was in the middle of debating Charlie Kirk in the middle of the assassination at Utah Valley University.
Nah, that is crazy. He probably is the one who saw it the clearest, because people were obviously paying attention to Charlie Kirk, but they have people in the way. He is literally the clearest in front of him. Wow, this is insane. I'm gonna watch the beginning of this real quick, but I might save this and I think I'm gonna watch this later on a different stream and watch the full thing. This is crazy.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
What brought you to the event that day?
That editing didn't look that good. I think there's still a frame or two where you can see what's happening.
I make videos on Charlie Kirk, and I made this video about the statistical analysis on trans shooters. And sort of the point that I was trying to make was that it's sort of a statistical outlier, that they're extremely
Sorry, everybody. We started with Kirk, we ended with Kirk.
underrepresented when it comes to how peaceful they are. Obviously, that question, pretty ironic given when it was given. Yeah, so I mostly came in there because Charlie's very open about having some sort of dialogue or some sort of conversation that he believes in engaging, and I'm pretty on the record of how much I disagree with him, but I do definitely respect how much he's willing to platform voices to ensure that at least some semblance of a good conversation can come out of it.
Mm-hmm. And as far as these statistical anomaly thing when it comes to trans,
I hate to be that guy, but the way that the conversations were set up was not to have a valid conversation and hear perspectives that were opposed to his own. The point was to kind of dunk. I do believe what happened was heinous, evil, wrong, and shouldn't happen, and political violence is always wrong. But I also don't think that we should forget what the actual stances were and beliefs were, because it's all still, those things are still true. And I think the stance that we still hold is still true, that gun violence is an issue that needs to be stopped.
shooters. Is that in response to the way that him and Turning Point were framing that as a big issue?
So it was about 3 weeks ago. There was a trans shooter at a Catholic church. Charlie made a bunch of tweets basically saying, when are we going to start noticing that this is a trend? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm getting my math degree at UVU. That was my university. And I was like, there's an answer to that. There's, we can determine if there's some sort of outliers, we can use p-values, things like that. And I was like, according to the data, it really doesn't pan out that there is a trend here at all. So I kind of made a video calling him out a little bit and saying, hey, I want to come debate you, I want to come do it. And a lot of people were kind of encouraging me. So I kind of wanted to come and have my, I guess my little audience see that.
Mm-hmm. How was the energy whenever you arrived to the event?
Very conservative, for sure. Everyone was very energetic, chanting Trump, chanting USA.
Get comfortable. Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer.
I mean, that statement alone is kind of ironic, right? Bring the best libs that Utah has to offer. A little oxymoronic. I know they have liberals in Utah, but it ain't the majority there.
There was a line of liberals on the rooftop who were holding
No, he was clip farming for dunks. It shouldn't even need to be said that no criticism of Charlie means you think that what happened wasn't abhorrent. Yeah, that's the thing, is I think the criticism still stands, and I think that it stands even more so because it here's the proof, is I think that Charlie was wrong on so many things. I think that the way that he presented himself was wrong. I think that the topics on which he spoke, he knew nothing about, but I still don't think that that means that he needed to die for those beliefs. I don't think that in any world that needed to happen. And I think that's the part that people forget. And that's what I was showing earlier when we were talking about what that person on Reddit said. It's just, you're not thinking about things logically. You're thinking about them emotionally. And yes, it feels good to think that your enemy is gone, but They were just some figurehead of the ideas that you hate, and those ideas still persist and will persist for forever. Like, until we can break it down at its core, and we've yet to figure out what those core things are. Critical coping. H3 show number 190. Critical coping. So stoic. Okay, guys. The AI on this one. Okay. It's a little overdone on this one, guys. We gotta call a spade here. The fucking cropping, you didn't even get this bit of her hair cut out. Whoever made this thumbnail, I'm sorry. You gotta do a little bit better. You didn't even get the keying done properly. We still can see this in her hair here. And then Ethan literally looks like an AI, like some AI image. This is not it. You could do this on Photoshop so easily. I do all of my editing on Photoshop. I know my thumbnail isn't great. I know the thumbnail I have right now isn't amazing. Where am I? Captain Quasar. Oh, it's not coming up. One sec. Taking me a minute to find my own stuff. Oopsie doozy. I know. Gotta do this the proper way. Control F. Max. Res default. There we go. But like, I think I did a worse job on Ian, to be completely honest. But I did a pretty good job at like moving her eye, making it look pretty natural. I could have done a little bit better at the cropping around the stuff she has. The ribbon in her hair. I wanted to give him the same little head dent though. You know, they're just two peas in a pod. And when I threw in them in the background, for some reason it just fit perfectly like this. Got Fat Love looking at him. You got Dan humping his head. Oopsie doozy. Sorry, did I misspeak? Did I say I edited him? I didn't. Ethan looks like a drawing or painting. It literally does look like a painting. It looks like a some kind of oil painting or something, like an oil pastel. I guess it's not bright enough to be a pastel, but you get what I'm saying. It's an oil painting for sure. Mess with his chest tattoo next time. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I could totally just put in something else if I wanted to. I didn't have the time. I was gonna try and get the font correct and try and add in not a, so it's not a queen. But then I'm taking too much time focusing on the thumbnail when I could be, you know, actually putting the stream together. But yeah, I'm gonna save the Charlie Kirk thing for another stream. There was a mosquito inside. But yeah, we'll watch that on a different stream. Let's get back to the story time. Sorry. I was expecting them to start, I'm not gonna lie.
They're watching a scary movie. They were up late. What'd she tell you?
Oh yeah, just because we were staying up late and it's not good, you know, we need sleep. But yeah, she's like, خليكن تمرضوا وتموتوا, like, hopefully you guys get sick and die. Yeah.
Let me run this back. Wait, what?
It's because Arabic is such a dramatic language that when it's translated, it comes out so bad. So like, Lena always told me the story of when her mom walked downstairs once when they were watching a scary movie. They were up late. What'd she tell you?
Oh yeah, just because we were staying up late and it's not good, you know, we need sleep. But yeah, she's like, خليكن تمرضوا وتموتوا, like, hopefully you guys get sick and die. Yeah.
Wait. You were up too late, and she said, "I hope you get sick and die."
Yeah, like that's what you get for not sleeping.
Oh, she's good. You guys stay up, but she hoping for it.
And then in translation, that's what it is. Yeah.
But it's like, does it means kind of like if you guys?
Yeah, they won't start until I'm actually making a point, till I'm telling a story or making some actual point, and then it'll just start. Well, it's almost 1. Wow. Tisk tisk. You know, we were thinking that maybe because of the VODs, they would start being on time more often, because it's like they have to be on time so that they can get the VODs recorded. And they've been putting them out pretty good. You know, every couple days, it takes a few. You know, they're probably creating a bit of a backlog, want to make sure that they can drop consistently. But not starting on time is not going to help you create that backlog, my friend. You guys are going to be there all night.
Guys get sick and die. It's the result of you staying
Sort
up
of,
late.
yeah. It doesn't translate very well, that's all. But
funny.
like
Awesome.
Davey said, Arabic is just a very dramatic language.
I hope you get sick and die.
It's funny because now that they're all adults, her and her siblings, they all like start to think about these different phrases they heard growing up. Like, holy shit, have you ever thought about what the translation means?
Yeah.
Like their mom will always say, "I'm gonna hit you so hard you're gonna fly across the room and hit the wall or something." But yeah, it's always dramatic.
Oh my god.
I mean, see, my dad was never this angry at us, but it was definitely realistic on if anyone's seen F is for Family, when Bill Burr, as the dad, says, "I'm going to put you through that fucking wall. I'm gonna build that wall up. I'm going to put you through that fucking wall, and then I'm going to build it up just so I can put you through it again." So true. So real.
Damn, that's brutal. That's dramatic. Do you feel like that was like, you didn't take it seriously when she said that, or were you kind of shocked, or is it normal?
No, normal.
Yeah.
Like AB said, we didn't really think of the translation. That was just like her saying, "Stop doing that."
You get
Same
sick and
thing as
die.
that, yeah.
Whoa. There you go.
Honestly, I haven't seen Alex in the chat for a minute. I don't know if he's still in here, but Alex should try and get Tom on his podcast. I feel like somehow Tom is the king of getting people on the show. If you send him a really good email, something that's actually classy, got something you're trying to promote the H3 pod, you know what I mean? Like there's something there. I think Tom might do it. He might call in. That would be you should get him on the H3Y podcast, Alex. I think Tom would do it. But it would be interesting to see a Tom VOD about his origin, because I know it. I love Tom's podcast, the Tom Ward Show, I think it's called. He had on amazing guests like David Dobrik. The H3 Show? No, fuck that shit. The Tom Ward Show. Like, Tom didn't have hardly anyone on his podcast. He had all these he didn't have anyone. He barely had any views on his podcast. And he was able to get on these bigger, these illustrious guests, such as Patrick Bet David, Jason Nash. His older ones are actually popular, though, if you go far enough back. Law School to NBA 2K. How did Ronnie 2K become so famous? His most popular ones, though, are from years and years ago. David Dobrik has almost 1 million. The Sway House. Sam and Colby. He had on Bryce Hall. Logan Paul. Tom's been doing it. With only 62,000 subscribers. I'm surprised he got consistently those high of views and still never broke 100,000. Because, for like it seems like for 2 years he was putting out things pretty consistently and was getting some decent viewership. But I guess it was more so built off the guest than himself. And that's kind of like one thing that you have to realize is if you're building a show that's interview based, you really are going to end up like bottlenecking yourself because you'll run out of guests to have on. So what you want to do is make sure that you're implementing yourself enough to draw in to keep the viewers that you draw in through the guests. His lore is so deep. he tried to get Ethan on the show in the beginning of the podcast or something. Yeah, so really early on, he tried. It was probably during his time of getting like David Dobrik and stuff on. Tom tried to get Ethan on his podcast, and you know how Ethan is about replying to emails and stuff, so they never replied. And then Dan randomly saw the email because they were watching the show. They found it randomly because of an interview that he did with somebody, and then they were like, he just seems like he's probably reaching out to all these different people. Then Dan looked into it and saw that he reached out to him trying to get him on the show, and that's how they got in contact with him. And Tom's just a G and responds to his emails like he should.
That's pretty grim.
Ethan misread the email. Is that what it was? I thought it was just that Ethan didn't read it at all, but maybe I'm misremembering. This is why we need the VOD. We need the VOD explaining it. We're all going to be confused. I thought just Tom and Dan were the same person. What's going on?
And did you ever figure out why your niece was feeling so doomy that day?
No. Well, I mean, we were asking her. Maybe something happened, but no. She just had a...
Tom is my arch enemy. He's like Nega Man. He's like Nega Madman. Gotta be careful with saying that. Nega Madman. It's like in Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, don't worry. You'll all get your chance.
The Crimson Chin!
Wrong!
The Nigga Chin! The Crimson Chin's arch enemy!
How'd you know that?
I confiscated a lot of comic books in my time.
Yes!
bad feeling, I guess.
Got a bad feeling about today, guys. Inshallah. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah for everything. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
What's the difference from inshallah?
Inshallah means God willing.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah means like thank God for everything.
Alhamdulillah. Am I saying it right?
Hamdulillah.
Oh, hamdulillah.
Yeah.
You're adding like 4 extra syllables.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened. Hamdulillah.
It says hamdullah.
Because I'm used to Hebrew. I'm like hamdulillah. You know?
Hamdulillah. Hamdulillah.
Bro react? What do you mean?
This is what Elo's dad used to do when you go, Hamdulillah.
No, you wouldn't say it. Oh, you mean like...
No, not, but this is the movement. Hamdulillah.
It kind of goes for like a lot of stuff. It's like,
Should I just be hitting one of these every once in a while? Ha ha ha! That's so funny.
It's like a, what can you do kind of thing.
There you go. Very good. Anyone else?
We have love.
Oh, love. What do you got for us?
I guess my story is a little bit mid, maybe not that good as Zach's, for example. But as a kid, I used to have these like really, when I'm reflecting back at it, really obsessive like OCD thoughts. Maybe a little bit like you, Ethan, that you felt like you had to do something, like clean your face. And I had to like, every time I went to the bathroom, I had to tap this specific spot on the wall. That's basically just an introduction, but I thought in every pool of water, no matter how small, that there would be a shark that would eat me. Could be
Weed chat anyone? Weed chat everyone? Oh, there it is.
like a kid pool, or not a kid pool, but like any water where I could not touch the button, I guess. I always had this in my mind, and so randomly sometimes if I felt something on my foot, I had to get out of the water because I thought it was a shark. And well, one day when I kind of grew up, my dad told me he knew I was scared of sharks. So he told me there's no sharks in like Swedish waters, and
that's crazy.
I said, oh, okay, and I asked, is there anything else? Is there nothing that can like hurt me? And he said, oh, there's this one fish, but that exists in Swedish waters, and from like then on, I was just scared of this fish instead. I don't remember what it's called in English, but it's basically just a tiny, like meat-eating fish, super tiny.
Like
but
a bear.
Who is more liked on the internet nowadays, Idubbbz or Leafy? Probably Leafy, because at least the Leafy fans, like, they stayed Leafy fans. Idubbbz just shed like his whole like former audience, so I think all of his subscribers are people that probably have forgotten by now that they were subscribed. So I don't know if Leafy's technically more likable. He might be. It's a tough battle at this point, but I would say that he's probably more liked in general, yeah. He made his bag and dipped.
But still, like, no, it's called gädda in Swedish, I don't know. But it's basically like this long fish that eats other fish.
Fair enough. At least Leafy is consistent in his views and doesn't concern troll. Hey, yeah, he's a piece of shit, and he'll stand by that. Gotta respect him. Gotta respect once a piece of shit, always a piece of shit, and he'll stand by that till the day he dies.
It's like scared so badly of anything like that.
I had that paranoia too about sharks in swimming pools. It's like so stupid and weird. But I used to also be scared of sharks in swimming pools.
I actually found a picture of the fish that I think he's talking about.
Oh, those are scary.
Those are dangerous.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, reflecting back at some of the things I did when I was a kid, I probably had like bad OCD. I don't want to like diagnose myself.
So true. Idubbbz fans are just Hassan's fans who pretend to like Ian. I think that's probably pretty accurate. Damn. It's 101. It's already past 30 minutes. We've passed the 30-minute late mark. That's kind of crazy. This is the latest they've been in a while. Yeah, I am a little worried that they're so late. Maybe they were busy doing a photo shoot. Ethan posted this 2 hours ago. Anisa Joma said, "Last night I was feeling hurt and wanted to defend myself. I acted very impulsively. I thought it would be acceptable to show my words in a private message, but forgot to really sit with how others would retaliate. It had a more negative impact than I had expected. I should have sat with my feelings more and, to be honest, got off Twitter." This isn't The Rock, but...
Shut up, bitch!
It was the one for Keemstar, but... Sames, you know what I mean? This is my time to shine. Hey, we're here for a reason, right? This is what the waiting room's all about. There's an IG post, but no story. Let's see. 7 minutes ago. It was literally put up at 12:55 though, too. Come on. Like, bruh, I wanna watch. OMG, this isn't even cool, bro. Cool, bro. Oh my god. There we go. Just a little comment for him. Imagine they block me. They think I'm snarking and block me. Sometimes I just get... Is that considered an intrusive thought? I just get a thought in my head and I'm like, this is what I need to comment here. I just noticed AB's head right here. He's leaning in.
Stuff or anything like that.
Yeah,
But
I know what you mean.
like horrible OCD, like tapping the wall before going to the bathroom, tapping the roof before I go out of my bedroom. I still have some of those tendencies, but way less.
You know what, love? I had the shark thing too.
Oh yeah?
I was the same way. No matter where, I would think sharks were coming towards me.
Yep.
I think we do those things to comfort ourselves.
It had a more negative impact than I was expecting, so she knew it would have a negative impact. She's regretting it because she got clapped back so hard, not because she thinks it was wrong. Exactly. Her whole reasoning for posting those DMs was to have a reaction. What other reaction than this was she expecting? Honestly, to me, it really does come across as like a veiled threat. Like, right? Like, am I crazy to assume that if someone had posted this about me, I would be thinking, oh, they want to leak our, like, leak my
Boom!
DMs.
Hello, everybody.
See, what did I say? Right when I'm in the middle of talking about something, right when we're actually having a conversation, that's when they're going to start. They do it to spite me. But I really do appreciate everybody that stopped in. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go check out the podcast. It's on. Great stuff, as always. But, yes, you know, it happens. I really do appreciate everybody that stopped in. I already said it, but like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is Captain Quasar signing off. Had to finish the outro. Here, I can play this again.